Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind.
Visit StogieGeeks.com/Debonaire for a list of retailers who carry Debonaire cigars. Buy some today and get a little more Debonaire.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Stogie Geeks show. Will, you had put this together in collaboration with Jason Blois. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
But Jason wasn't available this evening, but you've got some background, and I didn't know this was a thing, so we're going to talk about it. So
yeah, and it really much ties into Debonaire, and I'll kind of explain what this is. So it's when I was down in Cuba in August. I'm with the guys from Smooth Drawers Radio who ran the trip, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to go meet a guy named Darren Chaffee, and we're going to have a cigar with him. And we're going to smoke it on this rooftop over this restaurant called Abel's Restaurant." And I'm like, Darren Chaffee, I've heard this guy's name before. Who is he? And he owns a small brand called Principe Cigars. It's a pretty small brand, but I had heard of it because he had recently won the World Championship of cigar smoking. And I really didn't know much about what this competition was, other than it's a pretty big competition. It's bigger, I'd say, in Europe. And it's one of these things
it's not popular in Europe, like Ask Grabby Grabby?
It's kind of like Ask Grabby Grabby, right?
It's not like a hot dog eating contest. It's not like how many cigars can you smoke back to back, right?
Right. So no, I mean you go in tuxedo with this thing. It's not like
it's a classy event. Yeah.
It's a classy event. Now, and what happened is, so here's what happened. I actually was very intrigued, and I'll talk about what this is after talking to Darren, to the point where I actually want to enter this competition. Now, I'm not just going to go to Europe and enter it. There's obviously, it's structured, there's regionals, and there is a competition held in Nashville. So I started researching what this is all about and what's involved. And lo and behold, I found that Jason actually won the U.S. championship one year and went to Europe and did this. And I never knew this, and I've known Jason for a year and a half right now, and he never mentioned this to me.
Now I'm envisioning like the movie Beer Fest, where they're like preparing for like the beer drinking.
Right. So let me lay out what it is. Okay, it's so you've done like long ash contests before, smoke rings. Okay, so what this is, it's pretty simple. You're given a 5x42 Petite Corona, and the band is fixed at the same place for everybody. And basically, the idea is to smoke that Petite Corona as long as possible.
Without relighting?
Right. So without relighting it, okay? And so there's a few other things in there. For starters, you get 60 seconds to guillotine and light the cigar.
Gotcha.
And you get 2 shots with 2 matches. And then once it starts,
2 shots with 2, not even 2 matches together. Like you literally get.
You get 2 matches for the 60 seconds to basically ignite your cigar. And from what I understand, if you do not ignite the cigar in you're out.
Okay.
Right. And then when the competition starts, you're not allowed to ash the cigar for the first 40 minutes.
And what if it falls off?
You're out.
Oh, interesting.
I took a couple of weeks off, and I actually started playing around with this. The world record's like 173 minutes to do this, and the cigar can't go out, of course. This is a lot harder than anyone would ever imagine.
For sure.
It is I would encourage folks to try the exercise and see how hard this is.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to pay attention. I'm thinking about it. Like cigars I smoke while I'm working, like I'd be disqualified.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I'm thinking one word: cadence. Like you have to have cadence. Like once it's lit, you gotta have cadence. Like
you nailed it, because what I was starting to do is I was counting to like 120, like 120, and then puffing again.
Right.
exactly what I was trying to get this rhythm going to do that. And you get distracted. It's really tough. I mean, it's very easy for me to get distracted when I'm smoking a cigar. Bad enough when you review it, you get some level of distraction. It is a challenging concept. I don't know if I'm actually going to enter it. I'm not going to do it this year. I may go to Nashville to see it once in person, and then maybe in 18 I'll enter it. But like I said, I was playing around with it. I was getting to about the 60-minute mark, and it was just really tough. And a few times I tried.
And you said the record was what, 170?
173 minutes.
So that's So it's 2 hours.
To smoke a petite Corona without it going out and without relighting it.
Yeah,
that is an art within itself. Wow, it's an art within itself. That's the way it goes.
I mean, you're not really. Are you enjoying the cigar at that point? I mean, I guess you're smoking so slow.
You'd be like, okay,
yeah.
Hold on.
No, I can tell you.
Wait a minute,
because Joe nailed this cadence thing, and the idea is you don't want to overpuff this cigar,
right,
and you don't want it to go out, and you're constantly kind of in this cadence mode. Like I said, I was counting, and it's very, and it goes a long time. So as your this time goes, it seems like it's forever, because I'll go a minute between puffs. When you go 2 minutes, I think you got to go 2 minutes between puffs to really get this going, in my opinion.
Yeah, like how many puffs does it take to get to the center of the of the lollipop or whatever?
And lighting it with 2 matches, like
2 matches.
See,
that's hard.
See, if I get 2 matches, if the regular size matches,
I put them together.
I do 2 together.
Yep.
Right. So then you would blow that 60 seconds. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go
easy
through.
To get lit within 60 seconds.
My average with matches is anywhere between 4 and 6 matches to get a cigar. If they're regular size, even if they're longer ones, sometimes it might still be 4.
It depends, if I'm checking email while I'm in, or you have to be totally focused.
We'd be really bad at this contest, Will.
We would be, like I said, believe me, and I played with it, and believe me, I failed with the 2 match thing quite a bit.
Yeah.
So my thought is I go to Nashville for this thing, and I'll be out. I could be out in a minute. I mean, it's just like, because it's a challenge thing. And then the part about not ashing is doable, but then the ash gets that's where you got to control your ash on that.
Right.
And then let me ask you this question: would it be enjoyable?
No.
Because as the ash builds, sometimes, like some people, I don't know, I'm pretty. Yep. As the ash builds, sometimes you get some different flavors and
it does.
And
you're right. When you ash, I think does affect the flavor, which is
for sure. Yeah, and then sometimes I'm a touch-up guy. I like a lighter to touch up and keep it going.
I think it was Stogie Santa or someone we talked about it on an episode years ago where touching up was bad.
Really,
you should never touch up your cigar, right? Well, I don't know if you were.
Yeah, it's basically you don't want to over touch up. I mean, and I do it too, Joe. It's not. So I'm not.
We're not knocking.
Next week on Stogie Geeks, our new co-host will be
how not to touch up a cigar with Joe.
No, but I do it. I do it all the time because I'm like, basically I got this ADD in me. I got to have that razor sharp burn line.
Right.
Which you really don't need to have.
Really? Yeah. See, I'm the same way. I'm looking at this VIA here,
it has to
and
be.
I'm touching it up in between and just getting it going, or keeping it going, That's nuts.
And so now everyone gets the same cigar, Will?
Everyone gets the same cigar. I don't know which one they specifically use, but it's a 5x42, and that band is the same way. And you can't take the band off either.
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
Yeah,
that would totally drive me nuts.
Yeah, I think once you reach the band, it's over. I think, or if you're the last one standing. But I think when it ends is when you hit the band.
Yeah. After the first inch, the band's off. Any cigar.
Now, Will, when you tried it, did you try it with a Petite Corona, like just some random Petite Corona? Because all cigars burn differently.
Yeah, I mean, I think I used a 5.5. I admit to do it. And I'm trying to remember which cigars I used, but I didn't have a 5x42 that I knew I had a couple of 5.5x42s. But again, I wasn't competing. I was just trying to do it. And I used a rounded cigar as well.
Now, the ones they get, are they box pressed or?
No, they're rounded.
They're rounded. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who makes them. That's the part. A couple of those are some of the questions I did for Jason. But it's it teaches you. I guess what the intent is, as I was researching this, is again, when you smoke a cigar, you shouldn't inhale it. So it's meant to smoke it for a while and enjoy it. And the idea is, well, how well can you actually do that?
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
And then And then when I saw the tuxedos that they were wearing, I said, "This is Phil Zengi right there," with the Debonaire piece. So that's kind of where I was going with this piece.
Well, I mean, you should smoke slow. I don't know. And what everyone always told me when I first got seriously into smoking cigars was that you let the ash fall where it's going to fall. Like, you never flick the ash.
Really?
And you just let it fall wherever it's going to fall. Which obviously is a theory, whether I'd like it or not, that I subscribe to, because I'm constantly dropping ash all over myself, all over the studio, sometimes on other people, just to forewarn you. Okay. Like, a lot of times I'll be talking to someone and I'm like, and like my ash will just come flying off at people.
Right.
And on us.
Yeah, on everyone else. So.
Yeah.
Now, do they post these results? Is there like a website where we can read more information, Will? Or
yeah, there is. There definitely is. I think it's. I think Cigar Journal has it, actually. I think they're kind of like the oversee of that.
Ah, I see.
So yeah, it's but yeah, it's out there. I haven't seen. I was looking up the details for 2017. Jason told me the Nationals are in Nashville in May, so I'm thinking of going out there for the weekend. I wanted to do a Nashville trip anyway and see what this is. I want to see this in action, really.
Right.
And I talked to the guy in Cuba who won this thing, and he's a super nice guy, actually. So it was 170 minutes by Darren Chaffee that won last year, which I think is the world record.
Wow. Craziness.
Absolutely. So it's a fun exercise. I encourage folks to just try it and see how difficult it is. I don't know if I'll ever I don't think I can ever get to 170 minutes, but I need a lot of practice to get competitive with this too. So
competitive cigar smoking.
Well,
yeah.
I guess they're not going to send us, right?
No.
Is that the lesson here?
We're like the cigar fest, like Beer Fest is a movie. We'd be like the Cigar Fest movie.
I don't know if that would take away the enjoyment too.
It would.
Like, you know,
even when I do long ash competitions, it's the same thing for me. I'm like this,
Yeah, smoking it upside down and stuff. Yeah. Have you done long ash competitions, Will?
Yes, and in fact, we do one every year in Charlotte. I won, after 8 years, I won it last year.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Stace Berkland has organized one every year right before Christmas, and I have been a bridesmaid in this thing many times, but I did win it this year.
That's awesome. Now, did you get to pick the cigar?
Stace is the commissioner, and he picked Brian Chinook's. He picked one of the Brian Chinook cigar, the Terroir with the metal band.
Yeah, that's a good cigar.
Yep. It's a good cigar, and I didn't think. I said that's a terrible pick because we've done things like Julius Caesar Churchill's.
That's a good pick for an ash. That thing holds an ash, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, La Flor Dominicana, like double Ajeros. I'm like, but this cigar was actually pretty good because it wasn't too strong. But once you get like 3 or 4 inches down with this thing, it is harsh.
Yeah.
So and then it starts burning the roof of your mouth. So it is tough. But I finally did. I won an ashtray, so that was my.
How ironic! The long ash contest, you win an ashtray.
so we had a trophy. Stace had a trophy made up, and every year that trophy would get engraved. But when our old cigar place shut down, the trophy disappeared. We were never able to find it.
Oh.
So I don't get my name on the trophy.
Yeah. Just for you. You don't get your name on the trophy. That sucks. Yeah. All righty. Well, we're going to take a short break. Thank you for that. Well, that was educational and entertaining at the same time.
We'll have to get Jason on to talk more about it at some point. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Stay tuned. We're going to talk about our Stogies of the Week coming up next.